David says, first of all, understand that in times of trouble, a weak mind tries to stop you by becoming a close friend. David Goggins says in 2007 that I was running Badwater 135 miles long race. This is considered to be the toughest race in the world because this race starts from a hot and dry valley and ends on a high hill. The difficulty of this race measures everything that's inside you. David says in his book, Never Finished, that it had been 20 hours since I was running. Then suddenly in the last stage of the race, my body broke down. The temperature of the day was 48 degrees Celsius. The muscles were stretching due to lack of water and fatigue. At that time, I was in a lot of trouble. David, you don't have to do this. David says, I smiled at this voice because I knew from years of practice that it is the weak mind that is trying to stop me by becoming a close friend. David says how often it happens to you. When you give up and take a deep breath for 2 minutes, that's the moment you realize that I had so much more to give. Everyone realizes this because deep inside I realized that I did not do justice to my talent. David says I decided to change my weak voice. David Goggins says how I remember the most difficult times of my life. I remember the little David who used to speak right, who endured the unspeakable torture of his father, who could not read anything in school, who came here after so many difficulties. David looked at all the pictures of his childhood and said to his heart that today the child needs to be one. David says that as soon as I said this, a new life came in my body. The same pain became a motivation for me and I started walking fast, and in a few seconds the feeling of pain decreased a little. Then David finished the race within 30 hours. Friends, next time when you feel like giving up, remember the time when you felt weak and won the little child whom no one trusted. By doing this, not only will you win today, but the age-old injury will be converted into a new strength. A new example will be set for you that I can overcome the toughest situation.